right, so today we are going to be talking about how women can't raise men.
Thanks to
$40 Dave, aka $40 Peep Peep.
that sounds. Is this for me?
What?
Is this chocolate for me?
No, it fell over there.
By accident.
But speaking about Dave, we got a shout out to the homie.
Oh,
you ready?
Boy.
Oh,
shout out to the homie.
Are you about to do what I think you're gonna do?
Oh, we about to do it.
Oh shit! Here we
ready?
go.
Gee, you ruined my current situation. You and David hating, but if you believe the shit that he said, you should get with David. Either way, I'm unbothered and I wasn't phased. Instant karma. That bum nigga was homeless the next day.
Ooh. I hate that.
New York! Y'all not ready. We got that heat early. Nagasaki. Hiroshima. Bombs over Baghdad. I can't believe the arsenal this dude has, yo. Straight heavy artillery. Destruction and mayhem.
Yo.
Y'all not ready, New York. That's fucking bars.
Shout out to
Ice cream bars.
$40 Dave,
Word up, word up.
the homie.
That was a hot fucking mess.
Yeah. But it's for the homie, so it's cool.
That's
I
funny.
I'm still waiting for somebody to make me a diss track because
Well, you gotta have somebody that loves you that much.
listen, in raising
You call her Stephanie? I call her Heffany.
Oh,
What up, Heffany?
there you go. There's your diss track.
listen, I didn't want to take that as a disrespect or a joke. I mean, $40 people.
So
Wow.
$40 Peep Peep. So what are your thoughts on that?
Wait, do we? So before I even talk about it, I have to read the status.
Oh yeah.
So
That's why we were talking about $40.
yeah, what did he wrote? Oh, he wrote something to me. He put it up.
All right.
I'll get back to you when I read the thing. Okay.
He gonna see this like 2 days later. What you
Word.
talking about?
Remember that thing you wrote? So David doesn't.
Yo, hold up. Yo, this is just weird. We went from me sending little shout outs to Chocolate Bay to now you shout outs to $40 Dave.
Shut up, stupid. Can I just read?
See what love do to people?
Fine, Kelly, bro. Oh.
Are you done? Are you finished? Are you
Maybe.
done? God damn.
Neither.
So $40 day. He been writing some controversial stuff on the internet, on the Facebook, and I mean, no, he writes like funny. You know, he'll reshare things, but
Go
this
ahead.
week he's
Just
been
get to the status.
posted some things. So he wrote earlier this week or last, he wrote, no matter how good of a woman you are, no matter how good of a mother you are, no matter how strong of a woman you are, even though you are superhuman, you cannot teach your sons how to be men. It's the one thing you beautiful creatures cannot do.
First off,
And all the women came to attack.
hold on. I have to say it. All these fucking creatures ain't beautiful.
Facts.
Some of these motherfuckers just real creatures. Fucking wildebeests. Fucking horrible fucking demons.
Inside and out.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but now back to it.
Not just the face. I mean, he wrote that nicely.
Fucking
I mean,
creature.
and again,
He's pretty
because
respectful with it.
I've had conversations with him, so like I understood where he was coming from. At first, it was like,
we know you did.
well, in this particular thing, I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I just wasn't really understanding what he meant by that. But
Got
when he,
hurt.
no, I wasn't butthurt. I was just
Yeah,
kind of
she
like,
did.
no, because I mean, he don't talk that way. Like when he's usually like thinks things through before you just speak.
Well, we know that because it's $40 Dave.
So I'm like, what you mean by that? And he told me, and I was like, all right. So I even responded to the gazillions of comments that were on there where everybody was about to damn near curse him out, the women's. But understood what he was saying, and I mean, I agree to an, you know, but it's really the way people interpreted that status. Like when it says men raising boys or a woman can't raise a man, like what exactly does it mean when you say a woman? Or some people just went on the status talking about well, I'm raising a boy, I'm raising my son, or he don't need a father. Did you have your father? Like it was, everybody centered it around that.
That's because I was on the status.
Yeah.
I commented on it. And that's because these bitches was straight butthurt. Like, and they took it as a knock against women, and that's not what he was saying.
They always do that shit.
They always do that shit. And they turned it into, can a single man raise a daughter? And like, why? It's not about that.
It's also no.
And
vice versa
and
bullshit.
they turned it into it being a single mother without the father being in the house type of status. And that's not what it was. That's not what it was. It was basically saying that although a single mother can raise a young man, like they can raise a child, their boy is a man, right? He grows up into a man because he's a boy. But it's saying that the status was basically saying that boy, even though he has a single mother, needs a male role model or a strong male figure in his life. It doesn't have to be his father. It could be an uncle. It can be a teacher. It could be a stepdad. It could be a coach. It could be somebody.
A mentor. Yeah. Just
somebody that's a strong, positive male role model in that boy's life. That's all he was saying. But they took it as, oh no, I raised my son. Good. You're supposed to. What the fuck? You want credit for doing something you're supposed to do? Like,
that's what parents do, right?
But I think also he was coming from a place of experience, like he said that he was raised with all older girls, women in the house, a mom. He didn't have a dad in his life. And then he said, he saw, male figures, but he didn't get that till later on when he was in the military. And then, that's where the cycle is. So I think he wasn't just speaking out his ass, and somebody's like, well, did you have a dad? She totally attacked him. I was like, who is that? Because I don't even know who that is.
About to bust some windows.
What happened here? Everybody calm down.
You about to pull up? You about to pull up?
No. Like even when I was speaking, I was, I think I spoke more like from the mother perspective, and I do have boys. And I was the only girl being raised in a house with a bunch of boys and men and stuff like that. So I had like the vice versa side, but I didn't take it as anything as an attack, because at the end of the day, like regardless if people want to say gender roles or all of that shit, at the end of the day, like we each, man, woman, or whatever you want to identify yourself as, we each have a role in the relationships or the places that we're at. You guys are trying to say some sick shit. I know you're gonna say something. I'm gonna say
no, we're letting you talk.
Yeah.
But
you got the floor.
Go ahead and fucking
but whatchamacallit, like it's almost naturally women are more biologically, naturally, from the dawn of time, are more nurturing. That's what they say. And it's not to say that a man cannot be nurturing. It's just a natural instinct type of thing. Naturally and instinctively, we say men are more, they're the providers or they the hunters and stuff like that. And again, it's not to say the other one is not or cannot, because at the end of the day, if we have to do it, we're going to do it. Like if there's no man or a male or father or whatever in the house, a mother's going to raise her son because she has to. Yeah. But it's not to say she cannot. But like I said, there's just certain natural instinctive roles that people have. And my son's 14 now, and it's a whole goddamn shit show in the house. But I was 14. I hung around the boys that were 14 who were assholes. And I was raised in a house with guys, and I could say, oh, I remember my brother going through this or my whoever, but I didn't have any firsthand experience. So I could say whatever I want to say to him. And not to say he's not listening, but it's just kind of like, but do you really, know how it is? And like when people said vice versa, I hung out with the dudes. I get my period. I'm not gonna be like, hey guys, like what, how do you react to, like, what do you do? It's not to say they can't give me advice. Hey, my sister, my mom, is not to say that, but it's more of that's why I went to my mom. And if my mom wasn't there, would I have had to, talk to whoever? Yeah, absolutely. But again, some people have to just fit into roles that are not instinctive to them. And although they'll do a good job, it's not the one that is directly coming in. And just to say my piece and for this portion, like I always look to I admire when Steve Harvey does his like camps for like the mentorship programs for boys and teenagers, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the like troubled teens or anything like that, but it's more of a mentorship for boys or teenagers to have good role models and influential people, and to be examples for them, because some are from single family houses, or some don't have any kind of influence or anything in their lives, and it can be like I think it's one thing, like I can teach my son how to tie a tie, but maybe it'll be a different experience for him if it's a man who taught him. And it's not to diminish who I am or what I did, but it's just a different type of connection, And I mean, I think y'all could probably relate.
2 hours later.
So what I was trying to say, but I let you finish is.
Thank you. I'll let you finish.
Shut up. How you not let me finish? I just started talking. Goddamn.
I was letting people know.
Damn.
2 hours later.
Basically, like what you were saying was, there's certain things that girls go through, right? That a mother can relate. That the mother can relate to and teach her because she grew up as a woman. You know what I mean? There's certain things that a young boy is gonna go through that he needs a man to relate to, for a man to teach him how to deal with certain issues that only men deal with. You know what I mean? Like my mom been there for me, you know what I mean, all the time. My mom was very like, she was very influential in how I was brought up, right? My mom taught me a lot, but there were certain things that I could only learn from my stepdad being in the picture. You know what I mean? Like, had he not been in my life, who's to say I would be the same person? You know what I mean? I just know at a young age that I saw I'm kind of different, and you know that. Like I'm very strong-minded. I'm very I don't know what else the word.
Strong-willed.
That too.
Independent thinker.
Yeah. So like when I saw my father, my biological father is not an example of what a man should be. Right? He's a bitch. I mean, he put his hands on women. He was a womanizer. He was a piece of shit. Right? So as a young boy, I looked at him and said, I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? Because I was, pretty much, I was the only boy. My mother had 4 daughters and then me. So I was the mama's boy. I love my moms, right? Like I was attached at the hip. And so I saw the pain that my mother went through. And then I said, I'm not going to do that to somebody, because I saw how much my mother was hurting. I didn't want to put no woman through that ever. As a young kid, I realized that. You know what I mean? And then my stepdad is in the picture. And then I see how good he treats my mother. You know what I mean? And how he goes out his way to take care of, the kids, even me, who I'm not even his biological son. And he claimed me from birth, like, no, that's my son. You know what I mean? So, and I saw the work ethic. I saw a lot of different qualities and a lot of good things in him that I learned. You know what I mean? So I posted a couple days ago on his birthday that anything good that y'all see in me, it's from him. You know what I mean? Because he taught me how to be a man. I might be an asshole, yes. I might be opinionated. I might be loud sometimes, and sometimes even obnoxious. You know what I mean? But deep down, my friends can attest that I'm a good dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm a good dude because I had a positive male role model in my life that taught me how to be a good person. I mean, like I don't do that womanizing shit. I don't put my hands on women. I don't do none of that shit. You know what I mean? Because I chose at a young age to be like, no, I'm gonna be like him because that's a man. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. Guy, what are you thinking, buddy?
Single child, right? Single child.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have plenty of examples of what a real man's supposed to do. That responsibility. Because just because you're biologically a man don't mean that you live up to that title. So you do have to be taught these things and from the right people. So it's like I said, when you go for a job, you want somebody that has experience in doing that job to train you efficiently so that you can do that job too and be good at it.
Right.
And it's not to say that, you know, a woman can't help here and there,
Right.
but it's the experience and the connection is a different energy. And you can't fake that energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a real thing.
But
So
you don't even know what you just said. It just, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but it just made sense in the part of where you're like, you're not taking away anything from, you know, the woman because of that energy.
right.
But what happens is women, men equally today in this society, it's like we all have this ego, like I'm gonna just do it. I'm just gonna raise you. I'm gonna do it. But there's no wrong or no harms in saying, you know what, I can't do this by myself. Let me, you know, reach out to somebody. It's not an ego trip. It's okay. And that's why I say it takes a village. You're not gonna go by yourself.
Sometimes you gotta be humble to do that though.
Yeah.
But like you said, that ego gets in the way. So then they're not getting that masculine energy that they need so that they can refine these young boys to become men.
Right.
But if they're being bombarded with like, oh, men ain't shit, you know, because there's some women out there that push that on young boys.
Right.
And then they can grow up with that, like, damn, like, why would I want to be like that?
Or think they ain't shit.
Word. So then it's like, it's hurting them psychologically and you not even know you planting that seed. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but to go back, I seen my father, my uncles, my grandfathers work hard, providers. You know what I'm saying? My parents married 40 years. You know what I mean?
That's a beautiful thing. Congratulations, guys.
Like, that's the type of stuff I aspire to one day. You know what I mean? To have that kind of loyalty and love that lasts, which, you know, because the beauty is in the differences.
Right.
Is
absolutely.
the masculine and the feminine. And they complement each other.
I'm gonna write that down.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you read in the post with all these comments from these girls. They're trying to fight that instead of accepting the differences and working with men, really, because like you said, it doesn't have to be the biological father. It could be anybody.
Right.
Anybody that is a good man, somebody that takes that title seriously. And a couple years ago, when I was doing baseball coaching in Jersey City, I had a lot of single boys from single parent homes that connected with me because I was the youngest of the coaches, but I gave them that energy, like relatable, because the other two guys were like, you know, like older Italian dudes.
Right.
They didn't really connect with them, but they knew that I grew up in similar circumstances, meaning like in urban areas. And although I have two parents in my household, they gravitated to me and looked to me like a big brother because I ain't come at them on some judgmental shit. When they needed correction, I did it, but in a loving way.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, don't do it like this. Do it like this. And then once they get your trust, or you earn their trust, they come to you.
Right.
And that's the first step.
And it wasn't out of, like you said, it wasn't aggressive because, you know, sometimes
I'm not saying like, oh, you got to do this if you want to be
that's what
man,
sometimes people like make you feel like I got to be this aggressive type. And it don't got to be like that. That's, you know, as we had mentioned, saying that it's more about assertion, you know, like,
right.
My father, that man did not but no raise, he don't raise his voice, he don't none of that. It's just the way sit down and we're just like, oh shit, you know, it was just us commanding and it's just the way, you know, the way he was, he carried himself just like you said, he's a boss, you know, a manager, a lot of places, boss. And he does have he hires a lot of young, you know, early 20-somethings and stuff like that. And I see the way they, you know, they look up to him. They're like the way he speaks, the way his leadership skills show, and this like sometimes at that age, even 25, 26, they've never seen somebody like that. And they're from these, you know, our area, Jersey City, Newark, rough town, some of them, and they never seen that. They've seen men or whatever they think it may be. And then sometimes it just takes that one, you know, influential, respectable type of person.
You change their life.
Right. And it's just the way you talk to them. Like you said, some people, oh, yo, you ain't shit. But they'll say, hey, how you doing? Shake your hand.
Yeah.
And that makes them feel
Be that example.
great. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One thing that came to mind when he was talking about the woman that was in the comments, right? And how like they fight and shit. A lot of that shit came across to me because I was actually in it and I was reading the shit. A lot of it came across like they're bitter with the men that were in their life. Right. Or their baby daddies. Because there was a lot of single men, I raised I don't need him, like type shit, right? But they gotta realize, like, y'all made the decision to be with that man.
Exactly.
How you bitter at all men because this man hurt you? You know he wasn't shit. The problem is they get with these shitty ass fucking men, right? And then they get hurt and they get bitter. But like, you have to know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you can't allow that to like affect the growth and the raising of your young man. Like, because that energy is going to transfer into them, and it's going to go back to what y'all was saying where, oh, well, men ain't supposed to be shit. My mother always said men ain't shit.
Or women ain't shit, because that's how y'all talk to us, and I don't feel good about it. And they end up being not shit themselves.
Exactly. So like, but they gotta take ownership in that bullshit, yo. Like, and they're not gonna do that shit.
No.
But I'm gonna call it what it is. Like, that's y'all being bitter, and y'all need to let go of that shit.
But you know what, too? Sometimes, and not to say it is or it wasn't, because I know those girls, but it can be that. I mean, it could always be a lot of factors, right? It could be that, but then it will also be, and I bring it back to myself in the sense of, I was raised in a very, masculine type raised house, sports.
Yeah, you're a dude. We get it.
I'll be a dude. I'm a nigga too. But like, it's about that balance you said, right? About balance. So it was like, not to say I'm a bad person or anything like that, but because I had a lot of masculine energy, let's say I just was kind of like being that, like, not aggressor, but, a very just like aggressive, strong person, and making a man, not to want to say you make a man feel a certain type of way, but some men feel emasculated by that. And then it's like, well, look at you, like, okay, well, you ain't doing shit. So sometimes it was, and like, say for me, I'm not, because
No. I'm just talking about the man part in that.
Right, yeah.
No, listen. A man shouldn't feel emasculated because a woman has a certain type of energy.
Right.
A man should stand his fucking ground and be a man.
Right.
Like, if a woman's coming at me with that type of energy, like she trying to be the aggressive type shit, I'm gonna stand my fucking ground. Like, listen, I don't play that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be on some like, oh, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you type shit. No, but I'm gonna speak my fucking piece, and I'm gonna stand my ground and let you know where my boundary is.
Word.
You're not gonna come in here and make me feel emasculated.
Right.
See, that's not the woman making the man feel that way. That's the man already having those feelings in him.
But even with that, like, I remember how we said balance. That, yes, absolutely. And then at the same time, where it's like, the women, we do have these, great male figures, and we get a lot of that energy. And not to say, again, it's not to say it's bad, but it's like, let's find that balance, because it's like, if I'm doing all of this and I feel like I could, take over, I don't need you to do shit, because I could be the mom and the dad. I could be mom, I could be the guy and the girl and all this stuff. It creates that shift. Because even when you said, like I said, it's some guys, let's say, they be with the bitch assness because they have that imbalance of that energy.
Because they straight bitches.
House.
That's it.
No, but they have that imbalance of like energy in the home. Like, there's a lot of this and there's lack of that. And when I say the vice versa, I had a lot of that. Not that I didn't have really like my mom was there, but it's just like I had a lot of that energy. So that imbalance worked almost the opposite way. You know what I mean? Like, my mother had
You're gonna crave that energy in other places, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then it's like, even when you said the type of man you are, right? You can deal with you can deal with a strong ass when you're trying to be assertive, aggressive, whatever you want to say. Like, even with
well, that's how a man's supposed to be.
But like, even with David, right?
At the end of the day, I'm gonna be the man in the relationship.
Right.
Like,
but that's the thing.
That's my role. I'm a man. I'm gonna be the man.
But because you've seen that too.
In every way possible. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna talk down to me. So I'm gonna stand my ground, but I'm also gonna love her the right way, like a man.
But that's
supposed to.
like, you see what you're saying now? That is something a man could teach a boy that I can't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or not to say I can't, I wouldn't know how to express that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? If there's a strong woman, son, just, I mean, I don't know, because I'm that way.
You're still dealing with a lot of these feelings too.
But again, it's from that imbalance. And I'm thinking, because of the previous relationship, that I was in, seeing that, I'm just like, well, gosh, I'm just strong ass bitch. I guess these bitch ass niggas, because that's what I figured, I was a strong woman with not a strong man. And I didn't need nobody telling me to sit my ass down. They would be talking to me real nice and calm. And I'll just be like, let me sit my ass down. You ain't got to yell at me.
That's the thing. Like,
it's not about being aggressive.
Aggressiveness is not manliness.
It's definitely not.
It's not. There's a man being a man is just, it could be like a quiet assertiveness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't got to be like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Sit your ass down.
Yeah.
You could be like, hey.
Extra with it.
You could just walk over, you could lean over to him like, hey, calm down.
Yeah. Not even being
like just real chill. Like, you know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, okay. And that's more respectable than, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Such a like
my ass. I was like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna sit my ass down. Like you said, that's so nice. I'll be shocked.
Yeah, like that's what being a man is. Like, you don't want to embarrass your woman. Right. You don't want to belittle your woman.
But some people don't know how to practice that tactfulness. Like, I feel that, men and women, especially because people have power trips. You got a man wanted
they don't know how to communicate.
Both
that and a lot of ego, pride.
Yep.
A lot of that shit comes into the
bitterness.
I'm both men and women, so it's kind of like, everybody just calm down.
Calm the fuck down.
You play your role. Ain't nobody knocking nobody.
Yeah.
We can all just work together and take it easy. It reminds me, like, back in the hunting days. Imagine the women we had to be the hunters, the nurturers, the this and the that and the this. I saw a post on Instagram. I gotta find it. I'm gonna share it. A lady was talking. It was like those split screens.
Yeah.
Lady was talking. Dude was giving a reaction video. She was like, when I get home, I need my man to give me this. I need my man to do this. And she was telling all these things this man got to do, right? Like she was expecting a 1950s.
Exactly.
He said, you're expecting a 1950s man, but are you a 1950s woman? And it wasn't necessarily him saying that she don't deserve that. She wasn't saying it wasn't none of that. But it's like, the women now are not like the women before, right? And neither are the men. So some of us can carry some of those traditions and stuff like that, but it was just not the same time.
Right.
So it's like this woman's expecting all this man to be all these things, and then kind of like, you want him to play both roles. But it's like, he goes, but are you going to come home and take my shoes off and take my this off? And some women are like, some women do that. But again, it's like, don't expect somebody to be doing something for you that you say, but you're the man. You're supposed to do this. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, if we're playing that card, aren't you the woman? Then you should do X, Y, Z then.
Like, if I'm supposed to play this traditional role, right? That you expect me to play this traditional role of what the man is, right? Then I'm going to expect the same of you, and I want you to play that same role as the tradition of what a woman is supposed to be.
Right.
Like, that's just how it goes, right? So
are some of us, like, women in now's mentality, raising boys in that mindset, and like they're raising boys for a time like this, and not the type you're not really raising. Some women are raising the type of men they think that they should have, type of thing. And do you know what I'm saying? Like,
say that again. Are they raising
like,
boys?
I'm this way, but I'm expecting a man to treat me like this.
Okay.
But from what the boy is seeing, it doesn't even make sense.
It don't make sense.
Like, how is he supposed to treat you like that? But you're acting like, and they don't make sense.
A boy is gonna see the energy that his mom is giving off.
Right.
Right. He's gonna see how his mom treats a woman. I mean, a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I saw how my mom was with my dad. I saw how she was with my stepdad. Like, I know that. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, I could say that played a role in, like, how I treat women. You know what I mean? Well, especially like the the relationship between my mother and my biological father, right? And it was like I saw how my mom was hurt a lot, right? And I didn't want to do that, so I moved. I'm a lot, as, although I come across on this screen to these people as a real asshole.
You're a monster.
And I can be an asshole, but when it comes to my woman, I'm the furthest thing from an asshole to her. You know what I mean? I'm the furthest thing. Like I'm thoughtful, I'm caring, I'm considerate. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have my smart mouth, whatever.
But you're not perfect.
Exactly. And nobody should expect me to be perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? She loved me for who I am. So
all grizzly and everything.
That's fine.
Joe Grizz, bitch. See, I was gonna say the button, but I can't touch the buttons.
No, you can't. Stay away. No drop for you.
Wait.
Don't push the button.
Don't touch the button.
No.
The button. When you say that, right? Do you feel like a lot of boys or men or whatever, since that's the topic that we're talking about, they see what not to do, but they don't really know what actually to do? Like, okay, I know not to do that, so what is the right way? Because sometimes I just think the opposite isn't necessarily the right thing, but it's like you just know don't do that, but then it's like, okay, so what do I do? Because they don't have that example of what a good thing is. They just know that's not what they're supposed to do.
I think that plays a role to a certain extent, where like I said, I know how to treat a woman because I seen how my stepdad treated my mom. You know what I mean? I seen the love he had for my mom, so I know how to love a woman properly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that seeing that dynamic in a relationship play out in front of you,
right?
It does help. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't speak to the aspect of like these dudes that are womanizers that do have. I don't understand it. I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't compute.
It don't make sense to me. Maybe maybe their dads were assholes, and like who should know if my stepdad wasn't in my life, if I would have like followed in my father's footsteps.
Could have happened.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm glad I didn't. Because he ain't shit. Never was, never will be shit. You know what I mean? And although, so like I said, when I was growing up and I was little and I said, oh, I don't want to hurt a woman like he did, right? I also said, no, I don't want to drink, because he used to drink. He used to get drunk and come home and start his shit. So I was like, yo, I'm never going to drink. Of course, I went down that road where I was drinking. Damn near borderline alcoholic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I tried to like drink my pain away, my depression and all of that shit.
Yeah. So
who's to say, like, if I didn't have my stepdad, I could have probably went down the womanizing road too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because as much as I don't want to be like my real father, I do have like certain qualities that I got from him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like my temper is all him. I hate that, but it is. I know that. It was a lot worse back in the day. I've worked on it and I've come a long way, but it's still there, and I hate that. You know what I mean? Like growing up, I said I don't want to be a truck driver because he was a truck driver. I didn't want to get my CDL because my mom, when I graduated high school, my mother said, go get your CDL. Right? That's when you're going to make money. I'm like, nah. And bro, I went through every other fucking job in the world because I didn't want to get my CDL.
Association.
And then, of course, now I got my CDL.
Finally listen to mom.
You know what I mean? So, like, I followed in a lot of things that I didn't expect to. So I don't know how, but I'm glad. Like I'm saying, like I'm glad my stepdad was there to kind of like, maybe he kind of like bumped me in the right direction. I might have been headed in the direction of being like my father.
To redirect you.
Yeah, he redirected me in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You need that sometimes.
But
yeah, I think I told you guys about even a friend of mine who she has sons, and she's a great mom, but her dad's a piece of shit. So she's, again, not even diminishing herself or who she has as a mom, but she knew that she's like, I need some kind of man in their life. And it wasn't even it didn't have to be somebody that she's with. It was like, it's not even about that. She's just like, I need a male figure, a mentor. So she reached out to someone that she knows, a good friend of hers, and she asked, she's like, I don't know if you have time or if you would be okay with this. I don't know how this would work, but like, would you be able to take some time, maybe like an hour or something, just to mentor my boys weekly? Or I don't really know. Like, she didn't know how to go about it, how the schedule would work, but she just knew that her boys needed just a male figure.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't look at it as this aspect of, because I know a lot of single moms would be like, oh, I need a man in the house, or what if I don't, and if I'm not with someone, who's going to teach them? And it's like, it doesn't always have to be that way, but there's there's good men around us, and they sometimes, depending where you at, it's a little hard. But the fact that she was aware, like I always tell you, Joe, something I respect about you, because about, like, okay, I know I have this, temper, or I know this is the issue I have, or this, like, you're aware of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a lot of a difference for people. Some of us are like, I'm aware that I am not able to XYZ. So because I'm aware, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad because I can't do that, but I'm going to take some action, and positive action, and go fill that, space that I cannot.
Right.
So I think that's really definitely what it comes up to. Because I mean, I know even guys who were single dads when I was growing up, and their daughters were great, like freaking awesome, dope ass women, grown to be women. And there was like one dad, I remember he would like bring his daughter like around my house, because it was me and like my grandma was there, just to be like some kind of woman, whoever. So for anybody who was saying vice versa, yes, it's just some of us we crave that relationship, even unknowingly. Like they say also, kids, what they say, they crave discipline and structure.
They do,
but they may not say, I need structure and discipline,
because they don't
not developed.
They're not going to say that, but
they don't know that they need it. But like instinctually, they like crave it because that's what they need.
Right. So it's even the same thing. Like some of us may not say, I'm crave nurturing, but we need that also.
Yeah.
We crave this, we crave that, and it's a balance. And I think that's where, I think before we got here, we're reading it. And so people like say that's a gender role, like I said before, but at the end of the day, everything has an opposite. It's all about the balance, right? Like
that's how nature is.
Yeah, I could do this and you could do this. Let's be a freaking team.
But that's how it's supposed to be, to work together in the the most optimal way, is that there's strengths that you have and the strengths that I have, that when we put that together,
right,
should cover all the bases. But if you're gonna fight that shit and try to be like, nah, I could do it all and this and that, that's the pride coming in. That's the ego.
Yep.
So now you shut that door.
Yep.
And then instead of, you think you're helping, but you're really not.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Women, we could then, and I think even David said it in his status. That he says, women, you are you're all of this. He was not even knocking nobody.
Yeah, he called them beautiful creatures when they all not.
But he said you are a lot, like, it was a lot of positive things. But just this thing, and I can say, I have 3 kids. I'm a single mom. I'm freaking pretty awesome. But I'm not everything. I'm a lot, but I'm not I can't do everything. We can do a lot. A single dad could do a lot. A single mom can do a lot. But like we said, male figure doesn't necessarily have to be father figure. A father figure can play a different role than a male figure in I mean, he's still a male, but it's just a different type of authority.
Right.
There's I know there's sometimes like, I know I have this guy in my life, but maybe I won't tell my dad that. Let me talk to somebody else about it.
Somebody else, other male that's in their life that they trust.
Right.
And sometimes that's hard to find. Like I said before, my dad was that for a lot of people. That's where I learned it from. He used to coach baseball and basketball growing up. So I said, I watched it because there's a lot of kids in that situation where they didn't have that. And I didn't mind sharing my dad with other people, you know what I mean? Because that that's what was needed. And I don't know how I knew that, but I was okay with that. Because, you know, it's really an epidemic, bro.
Absolutely.
That because look at how many fuck boys exist right now. How many bitch ass motherfuckers exist right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of that.
Do you think that thing, but that situation or whatever, do you think it could also be an issue because again, I'm not saying everybody, nothing like that. But a lot or many like single moms, let's say if you want to talk about being in the home and raising boys or whatever it may be, you think a lot of that may also be because they are maybe frowned upon or shunned down in society. And again, it's not to say all of them do that, but it's like some guys and again, not all. Some guys be like, "Oh, single mom, no, I'm not gonna date a single mom," and that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. I respect this. Somebody, that's
Preference.
fine.
That's
That's cool.
all right, well,
but like,
hold on that. It's not easy to date a single mom.
absolutely not.
It takes a lot of maturity. You know what I mean? Because you're not the first priority for her.
never gonna be.
You know what I mean? Her kids are always gonna be first priority. So you have to be very mature. You have to be very understanding.
Yeah.
To not have a damn freaking
and you gotta have
complex.
gotta have a brain about you. You know what I mean? You gotta be think outside of yourself.
I mean, that's why I think when dudes say they no single, I don't even. People get real offended by that. I'm just I think thank you for admitting that.
If a man knows that he doesn't have what it takes to date a single mom, and he says I can't date a single mom because he knows it's gonna take too much time and effort,
or he ain't ready for that.
I think is more commendable than a bitch ass motherfucker saying, "Yo, I'm gonna date this single mom," and then he's just gonna fucking play around with her time and her feelings and shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's more commendable to say, "Nah, I can't do that."
And and that's why I say in that sense, not in that type of sense, but there's a lot of let's say dudes or people or whoever that could, well, that's why, like you said, well, you picked a shitty ass man, so that's what. Not to say it's not a fact, right? That's it's very much true. But then it's like, okay, and then what? You're gonna talk shit. You want to do something? Somewhere I can send them? Is there a pro? Like I said, you want to just talk about all the problems, or this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong. It's because it's because you out here. It's because you're doing this. But it's like, can you think of a solution? Because I do know some women, they just feel like, well, I'm a statistic, or this is the card I was dealt. I picked a shitty baby daddy. I live in the hood. I didn't have a daddy, or, whatever it may be. But it's like, instead of focusing on the issue or pointing fingers at single mom, the reason why we have bitch ass men is because this is the thing the mother did. And again, very well may be true. But where do we fill in the gap? Like, how do we, meet in the somewhere where we can find a solution? Because then, like you said, it's epidemic. It's just gonna.
Well, a lot of the times, like I've seen it a lot of times where the single mothers, they're working multiple jobs, nobody's home, so who's raising the kids?
Themselves.
Exactly. Or they out in the streets, and then you got the wrong male figures teaching them, quote unquote, how to be a man, but they glorifying the dude. And I know you made mention of it the last time, is that they're looking at him, they're looking at the power, how people are responding to him.
Yeah.
So they see that, they're like, yo, I want to be just like that.
It's a certain energy, like
it's a different type of respect too.
Like let's say in the hood, right? You got these little dudes that, let's say they don't have a father in their life, or they don't have a positive male role model, right? They're looking at these so-called shot callers, these so-called big wigs or whatever in the hood.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, he drive a nice car, he got money,
clothes,
and
probably beating
people,
the shit out of his woman.
Like people show him a certain type of respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he talk, people listen, and young boys are attracted to that energy because it's like, yo, that shit look like he a man.
I want to be respected.
And that's the mindset that in their mind they think, yo, that's a man.
Mm-hmm.
People, when he talk, people listen.
Word.
Look at what he got. Look at this. Look at that.
Right intention.
And they looking at the wrong shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right intention, not the right
They're
thing.
They're not looking at maybe he don't have the same. He doesn't have morals. Maybe he doesn't have respect for women. Maybe he doesn't They're looking at the wrong qualities.
Facts.
And they don't know that until they have a positive male role model in their life to show them these right qualities.
But essentially the root is the same. Essentially it's like, I want respect and I want to be, people to listen. So same root, but not the same everything else on top.
Who's defining what masculinity is now? Because a lot of times when women try to equate what a man is, the first thing they do is money. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So how many times we seen shitty ass people that have money? So that doesn't mean anything.
You think people
it's almost
affiliate masculinity with money, really?
A lot of women do. So why is that on the list when they look for a partner?
Why do you think women? There's so many fucking gold digging women.
Yeah, you don't see gold digging men. I mean, they exist,
but not as much.
Not as much.
When you say,
you're right.
All right, you say the word gold digger. What pops into mind?
A woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Because they make the man's money a fucking a point of interest, or you know what I mean? It's like a thing,
a requirement.
Yeah. Or it's I guess the way they hold or perceive the money. Because even me, I'm like, I don't want a man that's broke, but financially stable. Yes, but that's what. I mean, I'm pretty sure a man wants a financially stable woman too. Like, again, not rich. Now you can take care. You can take care of yourself, right? Like you can pay your own bills, and that's an attractive quality.
Or an adult.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When people say, it's like some people would be adults and have fucking shitty credit, all this shit. Just be a financially stable, educated person. And when you gotta be rich, have a lot of money, you gotta be fiscally responsible.
But why then do a lot of women look at men with more money as more of a man than guys that don't have it?
I can't even speak on that part. I just know that ain't shit. But I know people like that.
Yeah,
I know people like that. And it's probably also because they're not all my baby. They lacked it in their lives themselves. So it's like that provides. Some people also say people want to buy my love, so sometimes they're not present. Let me give you money and you'll get what you need. Maybe I'm not here, I'm not available, but here's some money, buy yourself something nice. So for a lack of availability, there's money. And I guess the reason why I don't view it like that is because, I was always the main breadwinner in my house. But aside from that, like my dad didn't shower he bought nice things. We had nice things. He didn't shower my mother things, but she also worked. She also had her own stuff. But if he could pay for fancy dinners, he could do all that. So Christmas is great. We had what we needed. But again, maybe it's just the way I was raised. So I don't see things that way. My dad was the main breadwinner, but they both made. He could still get my mom nice things, but she can get it too. Like that equality that we like to talk about. So maybe because the way they were raised, or by whoever raised them as a woman to be a woman, or however they saw men be raised, or however it may be, that whole thing. I'm just like, I don't get it, because I'm like, I never had no man buy me shit like that. How do you do that? Like, there was literally one time in the club, I was like, how y'all get guys to buy you drinks? They were like, what? I said, you do say what you say. Because it didn't make sense to me, because I buy it myself. But you know what I mean?
But in that sense, a lot of the women that don't like gender roles, but they sure as hell use it when they go to the club,
but it's convenient.
When they want the guys to buy them drinks,
word up,
take them out to here and there, wine them and dine them.
Yep.
That now they like the gender roles.
Yeah. But don't apply it to them. Don't ask them to cook dinner for you.
Nope.
Don't ask them to keep the house clean. Who are you to tell me that?
Word up. But see, that's the thing. Y'all want to pick and choose what gender roles are convenient at the time.
And like I said, I know people that think like that. For me, I can't. Maybe I'm like Joe. This is a different type of thinker. The shit don't make sense to me. I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
How did you get a man to pay your whole rent like that? Is it because he wanted to, or did you ask him? And how did that work? How did that conversation happen? I really asked these questions.
I could tell you, but it ain't gonna be nice.
I really be asking.
I could tell you, but it ain't gonna be nice.
Dropping on him.
Listen, I really
because he thirsty for pussy.
Thank you.
But I really want to know sometimes.
And there's power in pussy.
I'll be really put a pussy on the pedestal. I really be having questions, right? Like, it's just what you think a man is, that's cool, right? But did the man be a man and be like, I got you, girl, I'm gonna pay your this month's rent, right? Because I'm a man, I got you. Or did she just be like,
No, she do that.
Life is hard, I'm struggling. Like, or like, how does that?
All right, hold on.
I have too much fucking pride and ego to ask me if I'm my right.
Listen. One, it's either she's doing that bullshit, right? Where she's throwing pussy at him and she's expecting stuff in return, right?
Yep.
There's a word for that, but I'll be an asshole if I say it.
Y'all know what the word is, but
y'all know I ain't gonna say it. Second, I always tell any of my female friends, any of my female friends or whatever, I always tell them, like, don't always do for yourself.
Period.
Don't depend on a man. Right? Listen, and I'm speaking because I got 4 older sisters. You know what I mean? And I saw how my mom's raised my sisters. Don't depend on a man. Right? My mom taught them, do for your man. You take care of your husband. You do what you got to do as a woman. Like, you cook, you clean. That my mom was old school.
Right.
You cook, you clean, you raise the children.
And that's okay, guys. It's perfectly okay. Don't stone them.
Yes.
Gender roles.
And I don't give a fuck. That's how my mom was. My mom was old school. If y'all come for me or my mom's, I will fight y'all.
I personally enjoy doing those things.
But
I do.
But so I'm pretty much of that same shit. So I tell, like, I have no problem with a woman wanting to be independent and do what she want to do. Go ahead, by all means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Support
don't depend on a fucking man to pay your bills. Because if a man is paying your bills, let me say, if you got an ain't shit man, if you got a piece of shit of a man paying your bills, he's gonna be expecting shit in return.
And that's not a man.
And you putting yourself in a position that you don't need to be in.
Pretty bad position.
I have a homegirl, like, I always told her, like, yo, don't depend on a dude. Don't depend on a dude. Always have your own bread. Always make your own money. You know what I mean? If he want to do for you out of kindness of his heart because you his lady, by all means, he could do that.
But that's the intention. Yes.
Yeah, it gotta come from the heart. But nope, she didn't do it, and she's in a position where he's a sole breadwinner, and now she's fucked, and he's a piece of shit, and she's trapped.
That's what these kids guys see, like, oh, and that's the never-ending cycle. But even like what you said, that a man, that's what he think he got to do for this, and whatever. Men really, and it goes both ways. Men need to learn how to respect themselves, and women need to learn how to respect themselves as well.
Everybody
and that goes back to that, back to that topic. I think, is there a man to tell him, look, bro, that's not how that works, or not even got, he gonna tell him, he just has, his actions are gonna show, a boy's gonna see, okay, the man, he ain't doing that, right? That's not how it works. A woman is also gonna see, oh, look, that's how, a man treats a woman, and that's how a woman treats a man, or that's how, okay, that's how that works. That's how receiving, and we give and take. This is how things work. And because it's all so fucked up and people have these power ego trips and all that stuff, that's where everything gets misconstrued. That's where that imbalance happens. And then that's when we have these niggas paying bills over here and this one happens, and it's just a whole fucking mess. I mean, not that my life's perfect, not that anything's like that, but at the end of the day, we do all crave that balance, and like, even now, because I know, I'm like, at the end of the day, no, I myself, I don't need a man. I really don't. I'm already an adult. Do my kids need my kids all need positive male figures in their lives? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Every young boy does.
Everybody does. So it's
and there's not. Also, young girls need a positive.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna say.
Absolutely.
That's why I was gonna say my boys, and I was like, you know what? Nah, because my daughter is about to be 10, and she's in this whole. I'll have to get married, right? Because absolutely no, like and in my head, I'm like, it's cool, like boys or girls, whatever, be in that mood. But I'm like, oh fuck, time out. Is it because the way she saw the relationship in her life, like that's the way he was? I don't want none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yo, like that's
what that really made me think of. I was like, oh, fuck.
Like a lot. All right, so my mom was in, she put up with domestic violence from my father.
Right.
My sisters don't have the same father as me. My father is my father. They don't have to share the same father as me. But they see my mom do that.
Right. And they said,
I don't want to say all my sisters, but some of my sisters went down that road where they put up with domestic violence. And and my mother even said it. She's like, before my mom passed, my mom realized a lot of things that she did in her life.
Right.
You know what I mean? She regretted a lot of things. And she said, like, damn, like I got my daughters that have these men in their life that put their hands on them shit. And I probably had something to do with that because they seen me put up with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my mom felt bad for that. My mom came to realize a lot of things in her later years. And like I'm the one that was there with my mom. Like I still lived with my mom when she passed away. So she would share a lot of these feelings and a lot of realizations with me. She would talk to me a lot. And yeah, man, like so we have to be able to have conversations like this where we can tell people like, yo, you don't need to put up with this shit. You need to, leave that situation, or you need to have positive male role models in your children's life. And it just doesn't have to be. I know the title is Women Can't Raise Men, but the whole point of this conversation is a positive male role model is very important in children's development.
It is.
As much as the role of a mother in a child's life. And it doesn't have to be the dad.
They serve their own purposes.
Yeah. Like if it's a single man raising his daughter, he's gonna want a positive female role model in that girl's life too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It might be an aunt, it might be a friend, it might be somebody, a teacher, somebody that can show her the things that he can't.
That's why we have remember Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts growing up.
I don't know. I came from the projects. I ain't do that shit.
But I did Girl Scouts. But I did Girl Scouts. But again, well, yeah.
You're white.
But I'm only saying, I'm saying the purpose of it. You know what the purpose of when the Boy Scouts get together, regardless of where you grew up. We know we're do boy things together, and you build companionship. You learn how to,
I guess that's why I don't know companionship.
Learn how to be a team, learn how to work together, learn how to do basic, fishing and shit like that. When I was
my stepdad taught me fishing.
Yeah, but again, it's what I.
I'm just fucking up your
you know what I
Scout
mean?
point.
The intention of the group.
Yeah, I guess it's to give them like man skills, I guess.
Man skills, but you have your leaders or the guys who are teaching the boys how to do these things. And Girl Scouts, we did the opposite thing. We learned also skills, but we had other women teaching us. I like it a lot.
Did Girl Scouts teach you how to be women?
We had, I don't want to say how to be like, we sat down and said, this is how to be a woman, but just the skills and the way we learned. I like it. Yeah. The skills and how we learned certain things and those relationships that we cultivated with the women at that time were, oh, okay, this is cool. Like, I learned a lot. And now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, I really did learn how to sell shit, like them damn cookies and stuff like that. It wasn't just sell these cookies. And again, it's not speaking for everybody. Just in
they taught you how to hustle.
I learned how to hustle.
Basically.
Yeah, I learned how to hustle in
Sell
Girl
these
Scouts.
packs.
Yeah, sell them things.
It's like, you gotta bring me back my money though.
Bring it back. And if anything, I'm
Flip
knocking on
these
your door.
bricks.
I'm knocking on your door. But again, it was just those lessons that I learned because it was like, oh, it was somebody, and a man probably could have showed me them things, right? Of course, not to say he couldn't, but again, it was that relationship that I never really hung out with girls like this many girls in a group. This is cool because I'm always running outside with the boys, things like that.
Because you was one of the boys.
I was one of the niggas, which you can't do. But yeah, and then do you feel like ever as an adult now, and both of you, I like to think you're an adult, Joseph. Do you feel like you can always at any point have are you always learning how to be a man or learning more things and can have like a male figure in your life even now to teach you those things? Or is there ever like a time where you're just like, I'm done, I've reached the epitome of manhood, and this is I am a man
all
now.
right.
That's
No human being has ever reached the pinnacle of adulthood.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
not to say, you know what I mean.
All right, but what I'm saying is nobody ever reaches that point.
Yeah.
We all learn every day.
Right.
Yeah.
If you say you don't, you're fucking stupid.
Literally.
Like
Literally.
you learn lessons every day. You learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
You learn stuff new about yourself every day.
Absolutely.
So to say that is asinine.
Yeah. And your settings and everything that's in your life is not going to be the same your whole life.
Things change.
So shit changes. So you have to adapt a little bit and adjust. So that's the learning process.
Like I'm about to make a big motherfucking change soon.
See?
They won't fucking talk to me how they want to talk to me.
Well,
Motherfuckers. But anyways.
I was just asking a question just for the hell of it. But I mean, it does make sense. So some people girls need young, girls need women to be positive. It's like, yeah, but then you become a mom and then you need a new circle of it. You're like, oh shit, none of my friends know how to be.
Different phases of life require different mentors.
I now need a mom mentor. I now need a dad mentor, or raising a kid. Somebody here raised a kid. How the hell do I do this? You know what I mean? But again, it has to do with that being aware of yourself and knowing that we can't do everything ourselves. We can. We're gonna drive our fucking self batshit crazy.
You only hurt yourself and the kids when you do that.
Listen, man. It's what's the word?
You're the guy with the words.
Man, it's not easy. It's not easy to still be learning and become learning on the fly and being a parent and being
when you raising Jacob.
Bro, I'm still fucking learning. I had him since he was 10. He's 17 now, and I'm still learning.
Yeah,
and they're all different.
And then you gotta take into account that they're growing and they're going through their different changes.
Yeah,
and their different phases. Like I long for the days that when he was 10, 11, 12 years old. You know what I mean? Like he was attached at my hip, boy. Like, you know what I mean? And now he's 17 and he's out doing him, and it's like.
But you know what? I feel like
a different circumstance.
Even when they was like
the relationship, the dynamic of the relationship changed.
But even sometimes
I struggle with that. Like I wanted to go back, but I can't. You can't rewind time. So
then you seen the challenges of having to adjust.
Yes,
but there were different challenges. There were challenges back then though too.
Is now different.
Yeah.
What they're receptive to changes.
Have you ever had a day as a man or growing up to be a man? You try to step to the man, try to prove. I remember there was my dad was the man of the house, when my grandma passed away. So my 3 uncles, my mom, then my 2 brothers and me. So they didn't have.
You were one of the men.
I was one of the boys, but they were my mother's younger brothers, and they didn't have a male figure, and I didn't have a father figure. They had no male. It was just them growing up in the hood, and so selling drugs over here, whatever they had to do to make a buck, because they knew money, power, respect. Damn. I say which one.
DJ Vlad.
I wasn't saying which one. Y'all know them, but when my dad came in the picture,
Kashi 6ix9ine in the building.
Not so much when
Don't.
Not so much when my dad came in the picture, more so when he moved into the house after my grandma passed away. It was like a fucking, this is my house. And my dad was like, so pay a bill. Like, what do you mean? So it was kind of like, who is this? Like, I'm the man. And they was, I remember, I think all my uncles tried to step to my dad at one point. Like, this is my house. I'm the man of this house. Man, I was honestly take my shit and go to my room because some shit's about to get real. The day you realize you was not the man of the house. And I was like, is that like a rite of passage or something? Is that something that y'all dudes got to go through, try to step to the dude in the house? Or that's just disrespectful.
Well, I just equate it to like when you see nature shows and you see the young lions trying to test the old lion.
Yeah, the OGs.
And they're like, nah, bro, stay in your lane. Understand that, you know, I'm the one that's calling the shots right here. But, you know, respectfully, there's the boundaries and the hierarchy that's there. You know, there has to be some type of order.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they step to them though because there's an imbalance, or that's just them just?
It could be a number of reasons. It could be insecurity because they think that if they don't do that, then they're not a man because from what they learned. So like if they in the street, they think that that's how you settle it.
Right. This is my house. What you doing in here?
Like,
You can't be running
I'm just
shit.
gonna take it over.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
because I said so type shit. But that's not how it works. And that's why your dad was like, look, are you paying any bills?
Because my dad was not gonna scrap with nobody. But it's like, I remember when you talk about things like, oh, you know, when you defended your mom, when your dad used to beat on her. Yeah, you like stepped up in, you was the man, like, oh hell no, we not.
Well, I was taller than him.
Yeah, and
I was 13 and I was taller than him.
Right.
And that's a different circumstance.
But you took to you your manliness or whatever was, I gotta protect my mom. And you stood up to do like, what's good.
Part of it could be
but that was manliness though,
but that's just the love of a mother.
Right.
You know, like I'm gonna do that because I love her. You're not thinking as a kid, like, yeah, this is what a man's supposed to do. You just have to have a relationship and you don't want to see that
was just instinct. Like, like she can't she obviously is not defending herself. She can't, she's in a position where she feels she can't.
Yeah.
I mean, yo, my biological father is 5'5". He's 5'5". And with his temper and when he got like that, bro, his energy was like he was 7'4".
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that put my mom in a place where she couldn't, it kind of crippled my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And bro, I was 13 and I had to. I couldn't, I don't know what made me do it. I don't know where I got the balls to step to him. But I just walked out of the room, walked dead up to his face, and I said, you ever touch my mother again? And I don't care if you're stronger than me or not. I'll wait till you go to sleep if I have to. I will fucking kill you. And the look on his face was like, what the fuck just happened? And as I walked away, he looked at my mother and said, you see what you did to my son? And I said, no, she ain't do shit. You did it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it came from, but it just came. It was instinct. Like she's not defending herself. She can't protect herself. I got to do something.
Yeah.
Some people, somebody wouldn't have, or how many times before that didn't you, you know? So it's
fuck
like
it.
everybody,
If I had to, I would have went at him. If he would have fucking beat me till I was fucking in a box, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was ready at that moment in my life. I was ready to face any and all consequences for my fucking actions.
Yep.
If I had to do it, bro, when I said it, I meant it. I meant that shit 1000%. I would have did it. If I ever saw another fucking bruise on my mother, I would have did it. And I was ready, and I told him I'll go to fucking jail if I have to. I don't care. I'll spend my life in jail. But you're not gonna keep beating on my mother.
Yeah.
Like that. Nah, I couldn't do it, bro. I had to say something. I don't know where it came from. It just came.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like when you have a strong love like that, you see no fear. You feel no fear. And if there's something wrong that's happening, who else is gonna step up?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to. Because ain't nobody else gonna do that.
Right.
And if you want to see the change, you got to be that change. So you got to be like, yo, I got to do what I got to do.
Right. And if it makes me a man or not, it is what it is. Right.
But it's just seeing something wrong and trying to fix it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the human side of it.
Right.
Even as a mother, like if you walk in and you see somebody, you see a group of kids beating your kid down. God forbid.
We all fighting.
You're gonna be in there trying to stop it.
Yeah, I'm fighting.
That's love.
I'm fighting too. They 14, I'm 14.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't gotta be
well,
a
you
woman.
look 14.
Period. It's what's good.
She does.
What's good.
But you don't gotta be a woman or a man to feel that.
Absolutely.
But now we in the generation that we could be outside and people just gonna record it.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, look at this dude, what he's doing to this lady. You know what I'm saying?
Or look what I did. Look what I did, guys. I'm a good person. You see me doing this good thing.
No, but instead of helping, they're letting the shit rock.
Yeah, but see,
intention.
That, like I spoke on that before, and I'll say it again.
Intention.
It could be clout chasing. It could be looking for views and clicks.
But you'd rather see that than that.
But you don't know what that can inspire. You know what I mean? Because that shit. When I see that shit, no matter how fucking fake it is, if I see someone feeding a homeless man, you know what I mean, or giving a homeless man money, yo, that inspires me. Like that moves me.
Right.
Like I'm. That's something that's deep in me. Like.
Well, I was coming this aspect of the desensitized sense, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
Oh, nah. I was saying because like instead of people helping the next person, they rather be in the sidelines just taking the video of it.
Yeah,
because they're desensitized to shit.
What's the human element? Somebody just had a car accident. You gonna tape it, or you gonna try to help them out the car?
Because people are desensitized to everything, guy. That's the problem.
Nah, they want to be fucking cool on social media and be like, "Yo, look what I got on look what I'm posting." They're doing it for likes and comments
because they are desensitized. If you were not desensitized, you would feel that shit. Like, you know what?
Well, how many car accidents are you seeing though? Like on some real shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I was talking about that today with my boss. I'm like, people are so desensitized to just human life that the fact that you're able to do something like that, period, just says you're desensitized. Like it's not phasing. It's just, I don't know. It's just look what I did. So it doesn't phase you that you just put it up on the internet.
Like you was there. Okay. What did you do?
I got 1 million likes. Like, yep. Abso-freaking.
And you don't got to be a man or a woman to help.
Right.
But, and that's part of it too. The lack of leadership.
Yep.
Who's teaching them that filming it is cool and not actually getting up in there and helping somebody is not?
Right.
Social media, bro.
Word up.
They're on social media and they doing what they see.
And that's who's raising a lot of kids nowadays. Yep. TV, social media.
Not a man, not a woman, the internet.
Yeah, because people made gender roles such a big fucking deal. Now you got inanimate objects raising your kids. Congratulations, you played yourself.
That was epic right there, guy.
No, some real shit though. It's true. And now people complaining because of what they're getting taught. But if you did your thing or had the humility to like you say, your friend look when she looked for a good male role model.
Yeah.
How many women realistically are gonna do that though?
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
very rare.
That's the right good thing to do. But who really does that?
But shout out to her because that was a great move.
Yeah, and then who benefits? They all benefit in the long run. The guy feels like he's, doing something good for somebody. The boys obviously are, getting what they need. She ain't stressed the hell out trying to figure it out, bringing somebody new in the house. And that's another thing, ladies. We want our kids to be, see what men or whoever relationships, I'm just going to say how relationships are, but we need to be mindful. And for example, let's say you have a boy, you want him to be a man, or you have a girl, you want to raise her to be the right type of woman. What the hell kind of example do we look like having our doors looking like rotating doors? And I tell you, I speak on this because it is definitely a matter of raising our boys to be men and all of that good stuff. Because for me, Me personally,
Mm.
I never had, even when I was separated from ex, I never had a man in my house. I was like 5-6 years of we could sit on my porch outside. We could talk out here. And I tell you, I gotta pee the store down that way. I never
The street.
Even Joe has been in my house and he made it, and he went out. Like he just had to use the bathroom. That's just, I guess just service respect, whatever. That's him. But hanging out you're not doing that until, recently. I think David was like the first guy in my house. And I'm just kind of like, you respect. He's also respectful. He stood in. He stood in the living. That was perfect. That was really perfect.
Good timing.
Like he stood in the living room and that's where he was, or he spoke to the kids and they were just regular. And they see like where he's going, what he's on. And it's a matter of
that's commendable though. That not every woman is thinking that.
Nope.
So you set that boundary.
Yep.
Women got to start setting boundaries.
Yeah, because then
protect that energy in your house.
The boys think, I could just go up in a girl house and peace out. Please think that's what it is, and the girls think that's okay. Aside from other dangers that we could put ourselves into and messing up the whole shit, like that's besides that.
So we're saying you got to have good, people around your kids. You also got to watch out not to have fucking scumbags around your kid.
Yeah.
You don't know who the fuck. These people really are.
Yeah.
Word. You don't know what they're into.
I don't trust people.
Fuck that. Not around, especially not around my kids.
Listen, man.
Kill you first.
I don't have children of my own, right? I got a lot of nieces and nephews. And I got Vincent he's 7 now.
He's so cute.
But as he was growing up, I didn't trust nobody. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you're not just coming to get my nephew. Nah.
My dad didn't even let my uncles carry me as a baby, like sit on the lap. My dad, nope. And my uncle, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, no.
That's how strict my dad was.
When Jacob, I wouldn't let his father carry him. No, you think I'm playing?
I believe you, so I'm laughing.
The day he came home from the hospital, I carried him home. His father wanted him. I said, "Get the fuck away from me."
Yeah.
I say it, God knew what was gonna happen. God knew the plan all along. He designed it, and he knew that Jacob was gonna wind up with me because the bond that me and Jacob had from when he was born was crazy. Like, I had that bond with his brother until his brother became a knucklehead and wanted to run out in the streets and do him, and I had to pull away so that in an attempt to not damage that relationship, I pulled away some. You know what I mean? And then when he did fuck up, I was there for him. And I tried to show him like, all you got is this family. But he was just too far gone and he couldn't accept his responsibility in what he did. And it's always pointing at me for the wrong. You did this, or whatever.
I think that's to do a lot with being a man too, not to even cut you off. Like taking responsibility as an adult,
Yeah, because I say it, he got that shit from his mother. His mother, you know what I mean?
Shift the blame on her.
She's not here no more, but she couldn't take the blame for her actions either. It was always, I'm like this because of this and this and this and this. No, I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be. I just told you earlier in the episode where that, like, I went down the road where I was damn near an alcoholic. I don't blame nobody for that shit. I did that. I made those decisions. You know what I mean? But I damn sure made sure that I got my ass up and I changed it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I went and looked for like what helped me. That just happened to be God and church, but like I went and fixed myself.
Yeah.
Right.
I tried. Yeah. I did put the effort in. But like she couldn't take the responsibility for her actions. It was always blaming somebody else. It was always somebody else's fault. He followed his mother's footsteps. It's always somebody's fault. His father was in his life, but his father was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like he had to go through some of the same shit that I did, seeing his father beat on his moms and shit. There was times that I remember a time when he was about 7 and he ran upstairs to my house. They were outside my building and he ran up, Joey, Poppy's gonna hit mommy. He's gonna hit mommy. So I said, all right, you stay right here. And I went outside and I was about to fight his father. and I went to, and Jacob was on her chest in the little carrier.
Oh my God.
And he was gonna slap her. And then I got in front of him, and then he didn't do shit when I got in his face. And then when she grabbed me, like, all right, come on, Joe, let's go. And when she got between us, he swung at me. When she got between us, and he almost hit her, and he almost hit Jacob. Oh. And that shit led to like niggas in the projects like, yo, Joey, what's up? You know what I mean?
Word.
Like, nah, you
I know how that is.
So, but that's who he had. That's why I tried to be there for him as much as I could. But you can't force yourself into someone's life.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You can try, you can put the effort in.
Yep.
But once they start pushing you away, once they start rejecting you and not listening to what you're saying, and they want to do what they want to do, that's when you have to fall back.
And that's my final question, Joe. What happens with and again, it's just for the sake because this is a topic, but what happens when boys or guys, men, whatever, they came from good solid houses, they had good men in their lives, and they still end up on some fuckboy shit?
I'll tell you what happens. That's when you back up and you let them fall on their fucking face.
Yeah.
And they learn the hard way.
That's all.
That's it. Sometimes, my mother always said, sometimes you gotta let people hit rock bottom.
Yep.
And they gotta hit rock bottom before they gotta want that help. They gotta want whatever you're offering, that motivation,
right.
that mentorship, whatever you're offering, that relationship, they gotta want it. They gotta want you to be in their life, right? So if they keep pushing you away and they want to do things their way,
okay,
you wipe your fucking hands and you let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you a man, you think you're a man, go ahead, go be a man.
Word.
Go be a man and see where it gets you. Do it your way. He did it his way.
Yeah.
And he learned the hard way. And now he's dealing with that consequences. And that's why I do everything I can for Jacob, so Jacob don't have to walk that same walk that he walked.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and even like, it just reminds me of the story of the prodigal son. You know what I mean? Where sometimes you come from a good home, but the son could be very rebellious.
Do what I want to do.
Yeah. You know, there comes a time where most boys think like that, and they just reject authority. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, you can't force nobody to listen or to
people
to be receptive to it. So you got to let them hit rock bottom. Right. That humbleness needs to fill their heart instead of that pride and ego.
Word.
So that they could be like, wow, shit, like I need somebody to help me. Right. And it's okay for people to help you guys.
It don't make you less of a man.
Like, we all need somebody sometimes, like that song say.
We all need somebody.
Listen, man. There's been people in my life beyond my stepdad, man. There's certain people that have been in my life that was pivotal in changing who I was and helping me grow up to be more of a man and to think clearly. And one of those people is my pastor, Pastor Kelly. That man was there for me through a lot of stuff. I mean, like, there's people that they'll say what they want to say about him, but my relationship with him, we had our ups, we had our downs. You know what I mean? But he always was there for me when I needed him. You know what I mean? When I came to the church and I ain't have fucking a dime in my pocket, and he wanted me to be in ministry, he took me to like Sears or whatever, and he bought me like over $300 worth of dress clothes. Here, I'm not asking you to give it back to me. When you can, pay it forward. You know what I mean? When I was unemployed, come here, come work in the church. He always was there for me. He wasn't easy to work for. Mm-hmm. We bumped heads a lot. You know what I mean? But he always gave me he always gave me two things. One was a listening ear, and two, it was mentorship. He mentored me. He taught me. He used to break shit down to me and tell me when I was wrong, you know what I mean? And he let me express myself to him.
Mm-hmm.
He used to tell me, like, yo, in public, maintain that respect.
Mm-hmm.
We go in the office, we have a private meeting. By all means, say what you got to say to me. You know what I mean? Let it fly. You want to curse me out? Curse me out. And I did on many occasions.
In the church.
In the church.
In your office.
Because that's who I am.
But it was an agreed upon thing. Like you knew that was a safe place to do that.
But he was pivotal in me growing into who I am today. Even though like some people may not have the greatest experience with him, or
that was first, yeah.
That's mine with him. You know what I mean? Like to this day, man, like I got nothing but love for that man. Because he was there for me.
Yeah.
Now, you know, he was probably one of the first people that I was able to share all my experiences, my hurts and everything that with my dad. He was the one I remember I was just going, he was like, hey Joe, come with me. And we'll go for a ride, like wherever. Like, oh, I gotta go pick something up over here. Come on. And I'll go with him, and then I don't know how the fuck it just turned into therapy in the car.
Yep.
And I'm just talking, and he's just sitting there listening. You know what I mean? Like that was very, very special to me.
Yep.
That he was there for me. He was that man that would listen to me. Because even like I said, even though my stepdad was there for me, my stepdad is the old school hardcore Puerto Rican. Mm-hmm. It was like
my way or the highway.
It was he's not the biggest advocate for therapy and sharing your feelings. It's, hey, get over it. You know what I mean? Be a man, get over it. Mm-hmm. He was more tough love, but it was like he loved you. Like
it was a good love.
Not even like that's as I got older. When I was younger, I was the baby and carrying on your shoulders and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was the baby, and he showed me that love. But as I got older, he knew he needed to be tough, you know, a little tougher with me. And it took me time to understand what that was.
Yeah.
Like, so let's say when I got my CDL, I'm fucking happy as hell. I finally did it. I got it after years of trying to get this shit, and I got it. And instead of saying, all right, congratulations, you did it, he goes, you could have been a doctor or a lawyer. And it's like,
thanks.
Shit, like I just did something good and you can't even give me a compliment. But
there's a drop for that.
I got you. There you go.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play the mom one.
I love that drop.
You're stupid, Joey.
So, but it took me time. That shit used to irk me, bro. Like, damn, bro, why can't you just say good job? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it took me time to learn that was his form of, I believe you're better than that.
Right.
I believe you could do more than just a truck driver or a bus driver. That was him saying you could do whatever you set your mind to do.
But he wasn't gonna say that.
But he didn't know how to express it that way.
Right.
That's how he expressed it is, you could have been a doctor or a lawyer. Mm-hmm. You got brains. I can't do that, but you could do that. Like, damn, bro, that was like
Meanwhile, you thinking, damn, he ain't proud of me.
Like, in retrospect, I understand it.
Right.
But at the time, that was a shit sandwich.
Yep.
Like, here's a sandwich, but it's full of shit. Because it hurt.
Yeah.
And it was hard to swallow that one. But now, in retrospect, I understand it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, yes, he was giving me a compliment, but his way.
Yeah. But part of it is you understanding how he communicates.
Now, yeah. Now, like, you give him a Christmas gift or a birthday gift? Piece of shit. Like, what? You were saying you wanted this tool bag. Piece of shit. Thanks, Pa. Appreciate it.
Shit.
That's awesome.
I'm glad you like it.
Happy belated birthday, Poppy. Woo! It's a drop for that. You know, now that you're saying things in like retrospect, and you even mentioned the whole like wrap it up, wrap that shit up, dude. And even mentioning how, you know, Pastor Kelly used to like tell you know, not in public, but you know, like that's to me like just knowing that. I mean, not that it's him; it's respectable because, again, now looking back at things or the way I saw, you know, my parents' relationship, they'd be married 34 years this month. My dad, he's not told you, he's not that rah type of guy in public. Like he's not the one that's gonna argue. He's very private. And there were times when I remember as a kid seeing there was about to like that looked like it's about to be an argument in front of all the people.
It's about to get popping.
It's about to get popping. But my dad just we'll talk later when we get home, and I'm be like, "Oh, we gonna get popping over there." and we the kids.
I would have been like, "Ma, you in trouble?"
I'll get my ass beat if I'd have said that goddamn thing. But even still, when
take the ass
I didn't get hit. I mind my business. But when they got home, if my parents even argued or whatever, the door was closed. You could hear I wouldn't know what they was talking about. But I think that's why, and again, me seeing, we're going to do what we want, right? It's what you said, me seeing a healthy relationship with a man and it's him raising, boys to be men and me seeing all those good examples, I still ended up with the complete opposite. How the hell that happened? But
that's just always gonna make me laugh, yo.
And even with that, I'm like, why am I the type of person? I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue outside because I feel, degraded. That's disrespectful. We could argue. I don't want everybody seeing. It's a freaking theatrics. But then I see, like you said, in retrospect, that's what I remember seeing, and that made sense to me. Like you could be out of pocket. Something could go wrong, but you're not going to have this conversation outside in public because that's disrespectful. Mm-hmm. And a man's not going to be disrespecting his woman outside like that. We're going to talk later. I disrespect you and cut you out of the room. Anybody going to hear it? But, it's more of the...
No, you keep it in-house.
Yeah. And now, now even when Joe was saying that, about, his experience, his past writer, I'm like, is that the way? I'm that way because that's what I used to see. Like, I'm a loud, boisterous person. I am.
No.
For real, somebody told me.
Wow.
But I'm not. He'll press something.
No, I'm chilling.
But I'm not.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Thanks, Peter.
But I'm the way I am. I'm very, all the theatrics, but I'm not a person to argue. Like I'll start like have a freaking panic attack because I don't know what to do with that. I'm like, fuck, we're arguing. I'm just gonna don't fucking talk to you, ignore you, bye. But again, I think that's why somebody who's, I'm not gonna say David's like my dad, but he has tendencies where it's like, you talk to me, you talk to me a certain way, and that's bringing comfort now because I see that that's the way my dad was. And that's the example that I didn't know. I'm just putting
she learning shit on this episode. Hey, she about to text this motherfucker.
So you had to hit rock bottom to figure that one out, huh?
Well, like I said, it was a good example. I had a good example. This is a man, that's how a man treat a woman. And he still treats her that way, like to this day.
2 hours later.
You asked the question earlier. Like, even if you have that example, you're still gonna...
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna look at. I'm gonna find somebody that treat me like a piece of shit, and like that didn't happen. But and now having the complete opposite, I'm just like, oh shit, that's the way my daddy used to. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's what they say. Girls want men who are like their dads, Wayne.
Not always.
Or sometimes they attract the person like their dad. It could be good or bad, opposite. Or it could be good or bad, or
probably the good qualities.
Well, no, like they said, some women,
bad qualities too.
Yeah, some women will see that their dads beat on their mom, and they end up with an abusive guy. Just cycles like that. We pick and choose, but we're adults.
But it goes back full circle to that's why having a good male role model in whatever spectrum of life it is, doesn't have to be home.
Nope.
Is very vital.
Yes.
To your growth and development.
Right.
Absolutely.
And just like, and the things that a man can do for a boy, that's what he can do. And the things a woman can do for her son are also things that, for the people who want to flip it, vice versa.
Yeah, no.
It's the same thing. The things that a father can do or a male can do for a boy, and things a woman or a mother can do for or a woman figure or whatever can do for, the opposite gender. We gotta each just know our roles. The roles you don't like.
Wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Gender roles, guys.
Wrap that shit up, B.
Don't have no more babies. Wrap it up.
Damn.
Wrap it up. Don't have no more kids.
No, wrap
He
up your
talking about-
goddamn fucking soliloquy over here.
Word.
La pepe. We're back.
Oh boy.
But yeah, anyways. That's this episode of Pot of None.
I'm a better man than these men out here. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Peace out, homie.
I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Did we both say bitch at the end of our things?
I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
That vibes up in this bitch.
Yeah, we did.
What's his? I was waiting for his.
I'm not gonna do it when you want me to do it.
I was just waiting. I'm like, oh, he forgot you.
No, never. Never. I will forget you before.
He only forget you when he went a PS5.
Black guy, black guy of the pod pie. Black guy of the pod pie. Yeah.